You see it? There he is. That's a good one. Oh, got off.
Hey guys, it's Brian, and today we go out, start looking for a shad spawn out on the Big G. Couldn't find a shad spawn yet. Ended up finding the bass were still on bed, so, and some big ones were still on bed. So let's go watch some hook sets, and we'll be right back.
Start. Not a big, sorry guys, that was sight fishing. Saw this one on the bed and had a sight fishing. Vigilante. Oh, Vigilante, baby. Vigilante. Little one. You see it? There he is. That's a good one. Oh! Got off? That's him too. There's a big bedfish. Look like about 2 or 3 pounder. Yep. Oh. Yep. It's bigger. No, I mean not that big. keeper?
Dude, that just fell out.
It wasn't in there that good?
You didn't even penetrate.
Oh man. Look at that fish, huh? Nice and healthy. Are you throwing a jackhammer or a thunder cricket?
I was throwing a thunder cricket. Because I was just looking at hanging what I have on.
Got it. I got one. Little one.
You can only get, even if you're plugged into the TV boxes, you can get 100 up and down, max. Huh? 100 megabytes.
I get more than that. I get more than that on my pucks. I get almost 300 on my pucks.
Right, but if you're, those TV modules, like you have one plugged to TV, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There you go.
Dude, he bumped that while I was talking to it failed.
Is that Swimbait?
Yeah.
That looks like a good one. That might go 3. Be close to the corner.
Yeah, sitting there talking and it goes donk. Hey guys, it's Brian, and like I said before, I went out trying to find that old shad spawn. It's 1st of May, trying to find that shad spawn. Know it's about that time. Couldn't find the shad spawn. Fished some places, got bit, and you know, after I got that 3-pounder, fished around a little bit, noticed that I was seeing some beds, and, you know, some activity up near those beds. And sure enough, bass were still on bed. Don't like to bed fish, so I didn't want to bed fish at first. I tried to find them, you know, post spawn. I went and tried to throw offshore, you know, find some humps, find some breaks, see if I could find them out that way. Didn't happen that day, so I said, screw it, let's go catch some fish on the beds, and that's what I did. I really liked on to those fish on the beds. Or actually, you know, I don't do it a lot, don't really like it, but I like watching it, like seeing their reaction. Give you a little tip. What I've learned this last week was most of the fish are going to be in that 1 to 2 foot range, and they're like 2.5 pounders and below is what I saw. Easier to catch, still super spooky, but really easy to catch when it comes down to it. Bigger fish, I saw a bunch of bigger fish. I saw some big fish. They tended to be in that 3 to 4 foot range. That's where their beds tended to be, and they'd be in grass. And like where the 2.5 pounder, 2 pounders that I caught, they'd have this big bed, and then like this small little section like this, that's about the size of a 2-liter bottle. That was actually the nest where they had the eggs at. The ones that were deeper, they only had that. I saw a couple that like that's the size of their bed, and then they had grass all around them, and they would lay on top of that bed, and you couldn't see them. Like, you couldn't see them at all until you kind of spooked them, and then you would see the bed as they're leaving. Saw some big fish doing that. Tried to catch them, but if I tell you those 2.5 pounders were spooky, take that to the 10th degree, and that's how those big ones were. They were super spooky. That one that I caught there at the end, I had to literally get back and pitch to her to catch her, because she was that spooky. You would see these fish, these bigger fish, when they'd see you and kind of spook off, they'd just run, like just keep swimming circles and circles and circles. As long as they could see me, they swam circles. It was crazy to watch. Like I said, I'm not a big sight fisherman. I prefer the pre-spawn and the post-spawn, not the spawn. But hey, I was out there, I was gonna catch some fish. So that was my Saturday. which kind of helps me out because I got a tournament coming up next month. But what's going to happen is I got them in the spawn. I'm going to try to follow those fish out. So now they're spawning, we're going to go into post spawn. I'm going to keep following them out, hopefully follow them all the way out to the ledges so I can figure out where the better fish are, because I saw some big fish. So hopefully I can follow those big fish out to the ledges, find some good schools. You saw that new little Neely Henry Elite series postponed. Me and Boom were going to do the marshalling thing, and he come to pick me up day one. Right there we got a message that said, right before I got in the truck, day one has been postponed. We'll get back with you for more information. And I just looked at him, I said, dude, I'm going fishing. I already took off, I'm going fishing. He was like, all right, pick me up. And I said, okay, we're gonna throw swim baits, and we're gonna go look at some fish on bed. We're gonna see if those fish are still there. If not, we're gonna figure it out. So that's what we did. We went up and looked. He caught some fish, throwing that little white fluke around. Threw that little white fluke around, caught some fish. Fish really wasn't up like they were on Saturday. So what, 4 days? 4 days, everything's changed. 5 days, 4 or 5 days, everything's changed. They went from hard and heavy up there to, I think now they've pushed out on the ledges, or they're pushing out, not on the ledges yet, but they're pushing out that way, which is great because, like, again, give me the post spawn, give me the pre spawn. I don't want to be up on bed. But so pushed out. Me and him went up there. We looked for beds. That really wasn't happening. The carp had moved in, started spawning. Saw some gar spawning. So we did that for a little while. We went into a bunch of pockets looking around. Really same thing, seeing a few, but not really hot and heavy like I saw it on Saturday, which was cool. And we decided to go see if we could find them on the humps. Fished a lot of humps. Finally got one bite on a hump, or I caught one on a hump. He got 3 or 4 bites. So we know that's where they're heading. Hopefully this weekend we can find them again and stay with them. I'm gonna try to stay with them until they get out deep, and then follow them out. I want to stay with them and follow them out deep. So that's it, guys. That's the video. Give you kind of a little rundown of my baits. First, I'm going to talk about was my swim bait that I caught that last one on. It's a 5.5 inch true bass, 99 problems. I have it rigged on a 8/0 owner beast hook. I want to say it's a 3/8 version. Going on a Ark Invoker Pro 7/6 medium heavy fast action rod. Really like it. Throwing it on 16-pound fluorocarbon, and this is a 6/3-1 Tatula 100 reel. That's my favorite combo to throw baits, these 5.5s on the beast hook around the grass and the humps. I think I've already talked about this in the how to swim bait video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I had a lot of good, cool information that I got from pros and guides in there. So that's swim bait. Next is the old Chatterbait rod that I've talked about hundreds and hundreds of times. It's the Tharpe series B-Hittay. Again, throwing it on a Tatula SV with 14-pound test fluorocarbon, except this time, instead of throwing what everybody else is throwing, the jackhammer, I was throwing a Strike King Thunder Cricket, Chartreuse and white. I have a green pumpkin Chartreuse Big Bites trailer. That was the combo. I think I've told you guys how much I like that Big Bites trailer, or Swimon trailer. That's a great trailer. But that's what I caught that first fish and a couple more fish on before I started really fishing on the beds. Fishing on the beds. Talk about the rod right quick. I was throwing a Ark Tharpe series Moneymaker It's a 7.3 medium heavy fast action rod. This is a do-all rod. Does a lot of stuff: spinner baits, buzz baits, worms, you know, flipping little jigs, everything. Pairing it up with a Tatula SV and 14-pound fluorocarbon. The bait is right here. This was a little setup I had. Let's make sure I can give you guys a good look at it. It is a RIOT Baits Vigilante, and I got another one over here, but the little setup that it was on was a 5/16 weight. I pegged the weight to keep everything tight. 4/0 wide gap hook. But this is the Vigilante. Here's a good look at the Vigilante. Right there, it is a kind of a baby brush hog type deal. You pull these appendages apart or pull them off completely, however you want to fish it. It's got a lot of action. I'm telling you, I'd flip this over there. The fish, if they were on bed, you could just watch those gills flare because they didn't like it there at all, and they would dunk, and you could catch them. If they were on, like, they were there on the bed and you get that near the bed, they did not like it whatsoever. That one, I pitched over there and kind of worked it where I knew her bed was. She hit it. It ended up being a good one. These are awesome. They're brand new. I'm going to have a meet the bait for this bait as soon as I get the pool clean, the old bait pond clean, and you guys can check it out there. Go to riotbaits.com, use the code WildmanBud, 15% off of all their stuff there, and you can pick you up some of those. I'm telling you, they're hot. You're gonna see me throwing them a lot this year, promise you that. All right guys, that's it. That's the video. All right guys, if you haven't already, go down and hit the subscribe button, ding the bell so you don't miss when I post videos. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button, help me out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and until next time guys, taut lines, stay safe, and we'll see you on the water.